Welcome into South Albany High School, home of the South Albany Redhawks, who tonight will be hosting the Philomath Warriors, who are coming off a statement-making win from their home opener of this season, defeating last year's state finalists and this year's preseason number one, the Junction City Tigers in the 4A. They defeated the Tigers by a final score of 59-33, leading by as many 23 points in that matchup. And put it simply by Cole Beardsley, saying that we were ranked number 3 coming into this season, and we didn't like that too much. So they felt they had something to prove, and it was more the Warriors proving it themselves than Junction City have a bad performance. And certainly it wasn't Junction City's brightest day, but the Warriors simply outplayed the Tigers quite handily. The Redhawks, on the other hand, are coming off a win against Ridgeview. They're currently 1-1 on the season, with their opening loss coming to Redmond. And they're looking to ruin the Warriors' hot start to the season. The Warriors coming off the season last year in which they finished 4th at the state tournament. The girls' basketball team did not have the best start tonight in this gym, losing 35-30 in the previous matchup, committing a total of 20 turnovers in that matchup. It was a rough night for the girls basketball team, who's coming off their state championship, so it's definitely been a change in the culture for Philomath basketball with the loss of Sage Kramer for the women, and for the senior class for the Warriors, they lost Cole Matthews and as well as Cameron Ordway, among others in that mix, but they have done well. Let's take a brief intermission as I stand for the national anthem. Thank you for your patience on that.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to tonight's.
But we will get underway with that and with this matchup as the starting lineups will scout the floor coming out of their own tunnel. With the South Albany Redhawks student section full to the brim with a mix of black and red. The players on the court scouting a white and red with a little gray off-white mix. While the Warriors, on the other hand, will be rocking their black and gold as usual with their Jordan logo in the top left corner. Starting lineup for the Warriors will include a junior guard in Preston Kramer, another junior who has been outstanding in his breakout play in Jacob Peters, a really effective player, and then the two 6'6" players that are the seniors of this squad, the leaders of this team, the leaders of last year's squad as well, Chad, Russell, and Time, and also in that mix will be the great Cole Beard. For the Redhawks, taking the floor will be J.R. Vasquez, a junior guard, rocking number 1. Right behind him, wearing number 2, is Isaiah Sim, the senior. Another Seaman coming through the Redhawks tunnel will be number 3, 1, 2, 3, Gavin Bennett, another senior. And that'll look like that'll round off the guards for the Redhawks. And another single-digit number, number 5. It'll be Deshaun Gilman, a junior. And finishing off the lineup for the Redhawks will be the senior, post rocking number 24, Caden Bennett. Rather, he'll probably be a guard, with the height of the roster being Isaiah Sim. Both teams huddling up before they take the court here tonight. It should be a good one, 5A versus 4A matchup. The Warriors looking to continue their dominance, while the Redhawks looking to alter that run. Kramer and May and the other Warriors dap up their teammates, and the Redhawks will take the floor with May and Sim, the two giants, both equal in height as it appears, set to tip at center court. The ball goes up in the air and tipping it to each other and into the hands of Chad Russell at midcourt. He gives it to Cole Beardsley, who takes it at the top of the key. Beardsley pitches it over to Kramer on the far side edge, and he tries to get it to Peters at the top of the key. He's stolen away by Vasquez, who gets it on the near side. It's Deshaun Gilman. Gets it outside to Bennett. Bennett, crossover step inside the lane, tries to drive to the rack. It's swatted down by Chad Russell. They get it back at the top of the key to Gilman. Gilman gives it to Vasquez near side, gives it back to Sim. Sims it, swings it over the top to Bennett. And on the far side, a foul is called. Caden Younger is fouled. We'll take it out on the baseline. The inbound coming in from Bennett. Gets it at the top of the key to Bennett. The other Bennett. Bennett on the ground now, trying to find his brother, and it's fouled off the foot of Chad Russell. It'll stay with the Redhawks. Gavin Bennett inbounds to Caden Younger. Coming around and taking it on the near side is Deshaun Gilman, swinging it around beyond the arc and continues to work around as he steps. He gets it to Vasquez, who swings it back at the top to Younger. Younger gets it to Bennett on the edge. Back up top to Vasquez. Gets it on the near side. Sim driving in the lane. Float game, no good off the backboard. Second effort, no good as well. Off the left side and into the young hands of the Peters. Gives it up to May from Beardsley. Far side mid-range shot. And that is nothing but air. It's tipped off the hands of Chad Russell. And it'll flip way over to the Redhawks. 6:43 left in the game. Still scoreless here in South Albany. Taking the court, Deshaun Gilman up the floor. Gillum gives it to Vasquez, gets it to Sim at the top of the key. Gives it back over to Gilliam. Gets it, Sim, spin move in the lane on Chad Russell. Banks it home off the rack. Nice spin move on the baseline. Sim getting it done, getting the Redhawks the first points of the night. Cole Beardsley taking it up the floor, gets it to Preston Kramer on the near side edge. He circles around the top, gets it to Ty May in the corner. May pump fakes the shot, gets it inside to Russell at the free throw line. Cole Beardsley in the corner, puts up a three. It's off the far side. And May looking for the rebound. It's taken away by Sim on the fast break. Bounce pass, really hard bounce pass. Trying to get it to his teammate, Gavin Bennett. And Bennett unable to collect it. Beardsley trying to scramble to the floor to collect it. He's unable to get it either. And as the ball rolls out of bounds, it'll stay with the Redhawks. Gilliam at the top of the key, one-on-one with Preston Kramer. He gets it over to Vasquez on the near side drive. He's fouled as he charges forward. Jacob Peters fouling for the Warriors, his first personal. 2 team fouls for the Warriors thus far, 5:47 left here in the first. Gavin Bennett on the inbound, guarded by Beardsley. He inbounds to Sim, splits the needle, and Sim able to go over the top of May and drop it in. 4-0 for the Redhawks. And fouled, Sim falling to the ground as May charges forward. No foul called. Cole Beardsley gets it over to Preston Kramer on the near side. He puts up a shot after being denied at the rim. He gets the second effort. Taking it up the court now. Redhawks going fast. Vasquez puts up a shot. It's blocked by May. It goes out of bounds off the Warriors. Preston Kramer trying to recover. Isn't there in time. It'll be the Redhawks' possession. 5:18 left to go. Gavin Bennett set to inbound as usual. He gets it up top to Younger, who fakes out Russell, gets a mid-range jumper, and bounces off the right side of the rim. And with those big hands of his, Jacob Peters comes down with it. Full court pass from May to Russell, and May lays it in off the foul. May will go to the line as he is fouled by Caleb Younger. May will shoot 2. The leading scorer of last game for the Warriors, putting up 20 points in that one. He gets his first tonight, dropping in his first free throw, nothing but net. Rocket number 13 as usual. The shot goes up and in off the rim. Off the left side, Warriors still trail 4-3, 5 minutes left to go. Vasquez on the far, near side edge gets it back up top to Gilliam. Gilliam gives it up to Younger. Younger back to Vasquez at the top of the key. Gives it to Sim. Sim dishing back to Younger at the top. Gives it over to Bennett. Bennett one-on-one with Beardsley. Driving in the mid-range. Gives it up to Vasquez. Vasquez back up to Sim. Over to the near side to Gilliam. Gilliam resetting the offense against Kramer. Vasquez near side working on the screen. He tries to throw it. It's off the foot of Sim. Falling to the floor is Chad Russell, who recovered it. And he is fouled as he fell by Caden Younger. Younger's second foul. Preston Kramer set to inbound for the Warriors to Cole Beardsley, the second leading scorer for the Warriors last game, with 16 points behind May. The two combined for 36 of the Warriors' 59 total points in that one. Just 3 so far with 4.5 left to go in the first quarter. Preston Kramer gives it up to Cole Beardsley, swings it to May in the corner for the triple, and is fouled on the shot, and 1 3-pointer for Ty May. He had 3 triples last game and nails his first tonight, and will have the chance of making it a 4-point play. The foul will come on Isaiah Sim, his first personal. The shot will count, but an odd occurrence as Warriors will now take it out of bounds as opposed to May taking the shot, which is quite strange. Not sure why that's occurring, but it is. And Beardsley throws it into Peters. Peters gets it back to Beardsley in the corner, and Beardsley will return to his spot at the top of the key. He'll come off the screen of Chad Russell, looking for Russell to roll. Russell is unable to get the ball. Scramble at the bottom of the floor, looking for it. And coming up with a jump ball are both sides. And checking into the game for the Redhawks is Rafi Alvarado, the junior. Post taking it down low. Sim will inbound it to Gilliam up top for the Redhawks. Gilliam, one-on-one with Kramer. Gets it to Sim at the top of the key. And an offensive foul called. That one coming on Alvarado, who checks into the game and picks up a quick foul. Not a funnest way to start your night tonight. Warriors lead 6-4 as they take it up the court with Beardsley. Just under 4 minutes to go. Beardsley gives it off to Kramer on the near side. He works on the baseline, lays it, and rattles around. But on the second effort tip, it goes in by Jacob Peters, his second bucket tonight. Gilliam taking it the other way for the Redhawks. He gets it to Caleb Bennett on the edge, a new substitution for the Redhawks. Working on Kramer is Gavin Bennett. He gets it to Caleb Bennett, his brother. Gilliam gets it to Caleb Bennett. Bennett back to Gilliam. Mid-range jumper from the left elbow. Rattles around the rim and looking for the rebound. And both teams tripping it around like hot potato. Blocking the shot from Bennett is May. And blocking the shot from Alvarado is Kramer. Taking a shot from way downtown is Gilliam, way off the mark as it rattles around. Taking a fast break. The Warriors dish from Peters to May. Up on the shot and an offensive foul call. The Warriors crowd, the Warriors faithful that is attending this game is not too happy with that call. and neither is Ty May, who picks up his first foul of the night. The basket will not count. Already had an and one shot, but that one being on a foul coming on his part. But the Warriors still hold a 4-point advantage with just under 3 minutes to go. Only their third team foul, May's first. So not in trouble in that regard. Gilliam taking it up the far side of the court. He shifts to a side position, gets it up top to Alvarado, who's there. Bennett on the near side, trapped by some Warriors. Alvarado going up the shot. May jumped a little too early. It didn't matter. Alvarado missed the shot. Peters gets the rebound, gives it up to Beardsley. Warriors will slow it down as Kramer on the near side at the top of the key gives it to Beardsley. Working that crossover he has mastered so well. Gets it to May. Another three-pointer. Nothing but net. Drops it in Ty May, and South Albany will take a timeout as the Warriors jump out to an 11-4 lead behind Ty May, scoring 8 points. 8 of those 11 points coming by way of a Ty May. A solid start to the night. Already racking up those points here in the first quarter, and the second quarter was his magical quarter against Junction City, where he put up 13 of his 20 points last game in that second quarter, and already has 8 in the first tonight. Just over 2 minutes to go, 11-4. Warriors doing a good job of getting those offensive rebounds and staying glued for the most part. Other than that, May getting a little jumpy on the other end. But really some good ball movement, and May finding open, and that's really been the difference for this Warriors team with the elevation of some new weapons, some more veteran experience with an entire upperclassman starting lineup tonight with Peters and Kramer both evolving in their roles from last season that they played on the varsity lineup. Now in the starting lineup, they have been able to contribute well, especially Peters, who came onto the scene last year and really turned some heads. He's certainly been turning some heads already in his first game, where he scored 7 points and is already making an impact on the rebounding, where that has been his specialty for so many of these Warrior games, especially last season and into this one. Coming out of the timeout, 11-4, the Warriors lead by 7. 2:10 left to go in the first. Alvarado set to inbound for the Rebels on the other end of the court. It'll be inbounded to Gilliam, the usual point guard for the Rebels tonight. Caleb Bennett gets it inside to Alvarado on the pick and roll and lays it home on the lefty leg. Nice pick and roll for the Redhawks there. Taking up the near side of the court, Cole Beardsley. Coming off the screen of Peters, the screen fails. Beardsley on the crossover step, gets in the lane, fakes the floater, and dishes inside to Chad Russell, but not before he was called for a charge, as holding ground in the key was Caleb Bennett. So 2 straight charge calls for the Warriors, being a little too aggressive in their paint drives. Gilliam, Caleb Bennett with the ball. Peters scrapping down on the floor. He gets the steal. Chad Russell on the breakaway and almost getting up there. A little too much for the big fella. He drops it in, though. Swinging up the court, fast break. Gilliam at the other end. Gives it to Bennett. Bennett trapped by Caden Meir, the new substitution. He forces the tip away and is forced out of bounds by the Warriors off the hands of Bennett. The Warriors will take over in the corner of the far side, with Beardsley set to inbound to the newly established Meir, an evolving role player on this Warriors lineup. Played a solid role in the JV squad last year as the starting point guard, and now looking to help his team out here, contributing some minutes in this first quarter that has just 1 minute remaining left. Jacob Peters will also check out of the game, as the Warriors will go a little bit small ball, if you can consider small ball without Ty May and Chad Russell, the 2'6" players down low. Beardsley on the far side of the court is trapped with 2 Redhawks in his face. They're playing a 2-3 zone right now against the Warriors. Preston Kramer called for the travel as he was trying to work through those 2 defenders at the top of the key. 45 seconds left. Warriors lead 13-6 in the first. New Reese LeMay South Albany High School, a little bit different than Philomath, what I'm used to. But we're making it work, and we're just about to end the first quarter as the buzzer sounds. As a Hail Mary pass to the other end will end the quarter for the Redhawks, who trail the Warriors 6-13. May leading the effort, as I was saying. We'll take the bench. Each team will look to regroup, but a solid start for the Warriors, who got some efficient shooting from beyond the arc, but have been troublesome driving in the lane, picking up a couple of charging fouls. Redhawks playing a good actor in that regard, being able to use the momentum of the Warriors against them in that way and try and keep it in their own possession. And Redhawks have got some looks, but they've been pretty contested, as the Warriors' defense is something they take pride in. They held a state runner-up last season to just 33 points last game. Pretty impressive, if I do say so myself. And the second quarter is where the Warriors found all their magic last time. A 17-1 outscoring Junction City in that one, gaining a large margin of lead at halftime. They led by 17. They currently lead by 7. We'll see how the Warriors play in the second frame tonight. Played the first well, but both teams in a little bit of foul trouble here early on. The Redhawks nearly in bonus, and with 16 fouls already. The Warriors getting up there as well with already 4. Brody Bish, now a new member of the varsity roster, checking in, rocking number 4 for the Warriors. He'll give it up to Cole Beardsley, the veteran guard on this team. Came on last season and was so effective at a great state tournament and has had a great start to the season thus far, looking to get himself going tonight. Bush now on the far side of the court, turns the ball over as he travels, being guarded by Lameku. Lameku forcing the turnover. Taking it up the court is Gilliam, and the starting lineup is back into the game for the Redhawks. Gilliam getting it at the low block. He shoots one at the left elbow. It goes off the back iron. Trying to come down with the rebound with his length is Isaiah Sim. He gets it back out to Gilliam at the top of the key. Resets, gets it over to Vasquez, who drives in the lane and gets it to go on a tough shot. Drops it home. Chad Russell's attempt at the block, swiping and hitting nothing but air. Cole Beardsley at the top of the key, gives it over to Caden Meir on the far side. Gets it to Jacob Peters, who checks back into the game. And Beardsley inside to Russell, who have a nice look at it, but unable to finish it at the rim. He misses, and it goes on the far side of the block, and an offensive foul once again called on the Warriors. That one coming on Meir in the paint. Just under 7 minutes to go in the second. It's a 5-point advantage for the Warriors. Vasquez gives it up to Sim at the top of the key. He jab steps and gives it back. Swinging it over, he's younger, over to Gilliam. Gilliam one-on-one with Meir, who has been a great defender on the JV squad, trying to stop him now. He gives a baseline, though, and Sim gets the ball in the corner off the pass from Vasquez. He misses it all. Meir taking it on the fast break, and a wolf from behind. Gilliam stripping it away and tipping it out of bounds. It'll be Warriors ball at the baseline. A checks back into his fellow 6'6" counterpart in Chad Russell. He'll come back in, take his position at the low right side block. They get it in to the far side corner where Jacob Peters is there, and Caden Meir swinging it back to Cole Beardsley, who normally hits that corner shot. He doesn't get it to go. It comes up short, and on the second effort was Jacob Peters, who went up and got fouled, as he'll go to the line and shoot 2. That foul coming on number 22 for the Redhawks. Or rather, number 22 will be shooting. That'll be Jacob Peters. It's the 7th team foul for the Redhawks. Peters able to knock down the first. He misses the second. It's rebounded by Sims in the paint. Swings it up the floor on the far side. It's Gilliam taking it up. Gives it to Vasquez on the near side. And Vasquez stopped in the trap on the far side. is Bennett. Gets it inside to Younger. Out. Really good look for a three. Gilliam misses it. Comes up short. Not enough mustard. But Ty May able to collect the rebound and safely give the Warriors possession once more. Cole Beardsley at the top of the key as usual. 5:50 left. The Warriors still with a 6-point advantage. Beardsley facilitating, gives it up to May, who's feeling hot from downtown, and he is. Another tough three for Ty May. Hits it from the South Albany logo. His third triple of tonight. What a start for Ty May. Ty May with the defense, and over the top pass from Vasquez to Sims, who is tackled to the ground by Jacob Peters. Foul coming on the ground. It'll remain South Albany ball at the far side end. New substitutions for both teams. Vasquez will check out, while Caleb Bennett will check in, and Cole Beardsley will take his spot at the bench for the first time tonight, while Preston Kramer will check back in. At the top of the key, it's Younger, gives it back to Bennett, who tries to work on Kramer. Gilliam taking it back at the top of the key. Younger on the far side edge, drives on Peters, spin move, loses the ball as he drives, and another foul coming on Peters. That will be his third personal. So definitely something for Coach Blake Ecker to consider, as getting it's a tricky situation. And as I was speaking, the substitution is made. Connor Harms, a fresh sophomore to this lineup, for fresh junior to this lineup. My bad. It's been a while since I've been in Philomath. Been over at Arizona State, the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism. Not to boast myself up at all. Just a kid from Philomath trying to call some Philomath basketball. But Connor Harms, the junior, into the game, nevertheless. Preston Kramer taking it back up the key, gives it over to Caden Muir. Caden Muir loses the ball, but recollects, gets it to Brody Bushnell. Bushnell facilitating around the arc, gets it to Kramer in the corner, gets it to May inside, and May goes up and is fouled on the shot. Real strong inside, but also real strong beyond the arc, and that will serve to his advantage, shall he choose to play at the collegiate level, which he certainly has a chance of with the way he has started this season. Had a great season last year and is just continuing to rise in his game. And a substitution awaiting for the Redhawks. It'll be Alvarado coming in for Younger, who was called for the foul. Mayle shoots the shot. He'll drop the shot through the net as the Warriors claim their first double-digit lead of tonight, 18-8, just under 5 minutes to go. Beardsley behind May at the free throw line. May misses the second, but a quick rebound by Kramer, who rises up, dishes it back to May, who once again comes back with a great shot from the free throw line and knocks it home. May with 13 points already tonight. A dish inside from Sim to Caleb Bennett. Bennett is fouled on the ground, but since the Warriors are in bonus, he will go to the line and shoot a pair of free throws. It'll be Gavin Bennett shooting it, rather, as opposed to his brother. Caleb Bennett. Checking out of the game is Isaiah Sim, post he's been working throughout tonight, and that'll bring in Warren Bass, sophomore, big fella, looking to make some action happen at the low end, where the Redhawks have struggled to win in the rebound battle. Bennett makes the first. He throws up the second and rattles that one home as well. 10-20, the Warriors lead. 4.5 left to go. Full court press put on by the Redhawks. May working through it, gets it in the corner. Brody Bushnell from in the corner, rattles that around. Connor Harms trying to come down through it, but doesn't able to get it. Gilliam swings it up the court to Caleb Bennett. He is unable to knock that one down. And Bass on the rebound gets it to Bennett, who drives and loses it. Ty May almost loses it as he was coming the other way and hands it off to Beardsley, who is fouled on the arm. And he'll go to the line and shoot a couple. Rather, the foul came on May as he was trying to get the ball to Beardsley, so He'll continue to look to his game-high total of 13. May ability to get to the free throw line helps serve him well. In addition to his three-point shooting and post moves, he's a very well-rounded player. Caleb Bennett for the Redhawks gives it to Bennett, his brother, Gavin Bennett, who's there, fakes the shot, gets inside, and drops it home in the low block. A lousy pass from Cole Beardsley is collected by Preston Kramer, who gives it to the man who's hot, but not able to drop that one. Time A, missing that one on nothing but air. Cole Beardsley on the drive, gets the rebound, gives it to Kramer, drives inside, unable to lay it home, but not after he gets fouled. He'll go to the line and shoot a couple. 3.5 left to go. 20-12 is the score in South Albany as they now up their total to double bonus. So Preston Kramer, regardless, will shoot a couple of free throws, whether that was on the ground or in the air. Daime will recheck out of the game as re-entering will be Chad Russell, the 6'6 duo, switching out for each other. Very close friends, both on and off the court. Another substitution coming for the Redhawks. Alvarado will check out. While a new member to tonight's matchup, trying to catch his number as the Warriors scramble for the ball. Preston Kramer on the rebound. On his own, gets the baseline drive and able to put it home. Gets the free throw and gets the points to drop as well. Warriors up to 23-12. Trying to gather his breath is Caleb Bennett on the far side. He gets it to the new substitution, Max Lober. Lober gets it to Gilliam, who shoots it, and it rattles in and out for the Warriors. And a double dribble called as Carmer Harms is trying to collect the rebound. Turnover for the Warriors, one of the few they've had tonight. Unlike the women's game where there was quite a few, to say the least. Gilliam gets it at the top of the key from the inbound from Bass, rather. Bass gets the ball now. Gets it over to Gilliam on the far side. He's double teamed by Kramer and Harms. Getting it over is Luber. Luber gets it to Bennett. On the baseline trap from Russell and Beardsley. He still works through it, puts up the shot, but is highly contested. On the second putback effort, he gets it to go. The Warriors unable to collect the rebound, and Bennett able to snatch it. Brody Bushnell taking it up the other way for the Warriors. 4 and 11. 11 being Kramer. He has the ball. He gets it back to Bushnell. Gets it to the swinging Beardsley, who knocks down his first triple of the night. Been looking for one, and he gets that one to go. Swishes it through. 26-14. 2 minutes to go here at South Albany High School. Driving in the lane is Caleb Bennett. He doesn't get it to go, but his teammate Lober gets it back into his hand. He puts it up again, unable to get it to go. Kramer swings it up the court to Beardsley on the full court pass, and Beardsley lays it in. Just under 2 minutes to go. It's 28-14. The Warriors stretching their lead with some fast break plays and some Cole Beardsley action. Able to get some good work going in that second quarter, which has been really good for them. And it's been a really good start for the Warriors throughout this game. Both teams will retake the court after the quick timeout. The Redhawks scatting the same as do the Warriors. Gavin Bennett will take it out on the far side end, get it into Gilliam. Gilliam taking it up on Kramer, guarded with the man-to-man press zone. No zone for the Warriors tonight. They worked the zone against Junction City, trying to get it to Bass in the lane. Was Lober. Lober unable to get it there, but it's off the foot of Russell, so it'll stay with the Redhawks. Bennett gets it into Lober, gets it over to Bass. Bass back to Bennett. Fakes a jump shot, tries to step back on Beardsley, but Beardsley scrambling, taking the ball away. On the fast break he goes, dishes it to Kramer inside, and on the double clutch pump, he gets it to go. What a shot by Preston Kramer. Gilliam taking it up the other way as he's guarded by Kramer. Now the shifting zone, help the helper to say, for the Warriors. Bennett gets it on the near side. He goes up and under and knocks it off the bottom of the backboard. Scramble on the floor for the Warriors and the Redhawks, trying to collect it each team. Preston Kramer ends up with the scuffle. He takes it the other way, gets it out to Beardsley. Three-pointer on the near side. Doesn't get it to go, but Beardsley has Russell to save him there, who puts it back in. 32-14, the Warriors lead, just under 45 left to go in the half. Gilliam taking it at the top of the key, gets it to Vasquez, back over to Bennett at the top. Swings it over to Lober, who's guarded by Russell. Vasquez over to Bass on the edge, back over to Lober. They're swinging it around beyond the arc. Bass at the top of the key, tries to drive inside on Connor Harms, who falls to the ground. No foul called. Bass. Jump shot misses off the right side. It's rebounded by Brody Bushnell, who gives it over to Cole Beardsley, taking it up the court one-on-one with Bennett. He no-look pass inside to Chad Russell. It is no good on the shot, but nice pass by Beardsley and a fast break the other way. Gavin Bennett lays it in with Brody Bushnell trailing behind. A half-court heave to end the half from Cole Beardsley. And that'll be no good as we will end the half here in South Albany. The Warriors have a great second quarter run as they did against Junction City. Seems to be their thing. They lead 32-16 at the break. A heavy fouling first half with 10 fouls coming on the Redhawks' part. The Warriors with just 8. But efficient three-point shooting and good transition game has been well for the Warriors. Ty May leading that effort with 15 points already. Still another half to go. Cole Beardsley's heating up from beyond the arc. Lots of fun stuff for the Warriors ahead to come. But the Warriors did give up a 23-point lead, cutting that down from 23. The Junction City Tigers were able to cut that down by 14 points. So it's going to be critical for Blake Ecker and his team to regroup in the locker room and for them to be able to hold on to this advantage and really make a statement that they can hold on to their lead throughout the second half and really make this one out of hand and make it ugly. We'll be back in about 10 minutes for the second half. This is Warrior Basketball on Blake's Take. And we are back for some more Warrior basketball here in South Albany High School, home of the South Albany Redhawks, as the Warriors posted a dominant first half showing, jumping out to a 32-16 lead behind three-point shooting, both Cole Beardsley and Ty May, and a strong finish to the half by role player Preston Kramer, who has evolved into his starting position. Really added some depth to this Warrior lineup. Jacob Peters got into a little bit of foul trouble, but he's been contributing well for the Redhawks. They've been looking to get going in the paint, but have been unable to find the advantage in the rebound game, which has played the Warriors finding several opportunities on the offensive end of the floor and maintaining advantage on the defensive end of the floor. The Redhawks will start with the ball on the far side edge at midcourt, with each team's starting lineup scouting the floor once again. Gavin Bennett set to inbound. He'll get it in as he tosses it back behind half court to Gilliam. Gilliam will take it on Preston Kramer. Vasquez circling around in the corner. He pitches it back over to Sim. Sim on the far near side. Gets it over to Bennett. Back over to Gilliam on the far side. Driving on Kramer. Gets it to Vasquez on the left elbow. Dishes it to Younger. Younger to Gilliam from way downtown. Off the back iron. It's into the hands of Jacob Peters, who settles and gives it up to Cole Beardsley. Beardsley on the far side. Posted a nice showing with a triple at the end of the half, looking to get going in the second half. He's guarded heavily by Vasquez, gets it inside to Peters, who banks it off the backboard as he bounces off Gilliam, using that body and leverage and strength. Gilliam at the top of the key gets it to Bennett. Comes off the screen from Younger. Pick and roll. Tries to find Younger. Younger falls out of bounds, but saves it. Gets it to Gilliam in the corner, who gives it to Vasquez, who on the drive is called for the offensive foul, the first for the half. He'll turn the ball over to the Warriors. Preston Kramer inbounding it to Cole Beardsley, who will take it up the far side. He'll dish it at the middle of the key to Chad Russell. He's guarded by Vasquez. Beardsley has trouble working through Vasquez tonight. He loses the ball, but it's saved by Kramer, who works around. He picks up Vasquez, who comes off the switch, and he drives in the lane and coming down on the shot and one for Preston Kramer. He had a shot earlier. It was a double clutch, and he didn't get the foul call this time on the and one. He drops it home. Preston Kramer up to 8 points tonight, putting on quite the showing. Junior in his evolving role. It's really come on as a strong guard. Last year was kind of that guy in the corner, just shot the shot. He was playing his role, but now he's evolved in his confidence, as from what I've observed. He misses the first free throw, but on the second chance putback, Cole Beardsley able to pick him up and drop it in. 38-16, the Warriors lead, 6.5 to go. Gavin Bennett taking it the other way for the Redhawks. He tries to throw a pass inside to Sim. It's off the foot of Kramer, and it bounces out of bounds. The Redhawks will be at the baseline with it. Bennett set to inbound. He gets it over the top of Russell and gets it into Sim. Sim over to Alvarado, the new player in for the Redhawks. A shot by Bennett from long range. It misses off the far side of the rim into the hand of Peters. He gives it up to Kramer, who takes it up the near side. Kramer looking for a screen and bringing timeline. He hits May on the baseline. Jumper shot. Rattles in and out and in. Rattled around the rim for a little bit, but dropped it home. Ty May with his first buckets of the second half. Dropped 15 in the first. He's already got 17 on the game. His first 2.5. Alvarado on the near side. Throws it over to Sim. Gets it over to Vasquez. Gets the ball back to Sim. Gilliam with the ball on Kramer. Once again, Kramer doing a nice job of holding Gilliam limited tonight. But Gilliam able to drive through on that one. Helping the helper is Chad Russell, who throws it up the court to Ty May, who with a power layup puts it in off the backboard. Redhawks will take a timeout and try and regroup as the Warriors start hot once again. Now leading 42-16. Already with a 5-0 run to start the quarter. been doing well on both ends of the floor, as I have mentioned. They're really good in their fast break game, but they're also good at just setting up their own offense and getting those mid-range looks that they get. They're good from mid-range and long range, and they can get their own inside. They're really well-rounded this year, which is really going to serve them favorably. They're one of the top teams in the state, and they're proving it here tonight against a 5A squad already with a large advantage. That lead up to 26 right now. Their biggest lead against Junction City was 23, so already with their biggest lead of the season. The Achilles heel from that last game was letting JC back into the game. They didn't let them overcome them, unlike last year, where the Warriors unfortunately blew that one to Junction City, the eventual state finalists. But they made sure they didn't make that mistake this year. 42-16, 5:20 left to go in the third quarter. The Redhawks making some adjustments to their lineup, going big with Bass down low. And up top, it's Lemeku, who's stolen away. Beardsley on the other end. He crossovers Lemeku and drives in the lane. Tries to get the lefty lay to go. He is unable to finish. Preston Kramer on the rebound is stripped away with it and is tipped off the hands of another new substitution, Max Williams. This is the backup rotation that they had. Beardsley tossing it over the top to May at the right elbow. He gets it inside to Russell, who lays it home on the hook shot. Lemeku taking it up at midcourt at the Redhawks logo. He's stopped in his tracks. He gives it over to Vasquez, who's guarded by Peters. He gets by Peters, gets in the lane, and is called for the charge. Falling to the ground is Chad Russell. Vasquez with the offensive foul. Both teams having a couple offensive fouls tonight with their aggressive drives to the rack. Beardsley will take it up the other way. Get it to May, who's been potent from downtown. He continues his dominance and reign over beyond the arc. His fourth triple tonight. He hits 20 tonight on the game. 3 triples last game, 4 triples this game. It's been quite the night for Ty May. And last game, putting up 20 points. He's now matched that with another dominant showing to the start this season, starting his senior campaign, his final year as a Warrior. An over and back called as the Redhawks tried to inbound from the far side. Redhawks kind of out of sync with their offense tonight. Just trying to find some rhythm. Have yet to exceed 20 points. May outscoring the Redhawks alone, who still just have 16 with 4:22 to left in the third quarter. The younger Bennett handling the ball. He'll drive in the lane, float shot, rattles around the rim, spins, falls off the right side, and coming down with the rebound is Chad Russell, swinging his elbows as he was trying to collect, with several hands from the Redhawks getting in on that, and a foul called on one of them. Warriors will take it up, Beardsley being the point guard. He'll facilitate, get it over to May on the near side. He's beyond the arc once again. They'll have to watch out for him. He's guarded closely by Luber. Luber gives it, switches off of May and switches on to Mir as Beardsley takes it back at the top of the key. He gives it to Kramer on the near side. Wrapping around, backside cut from May. He doesn't get the pass with Russell at the left elbow. He hands it off to Beardsley, who's beyond the arc now. He gives it up to Russell, back to Kramer on the near side. Float shot is blocked by Vasquez. He recollects the shot, though. Kramer able to save it, keep the possession alive, give it to Beardsley, who rattles his three just short off the rim. Taking it the other way are the Redhawks. Lemeku at the top of the key gives it up to Bennett, who throws a pass. It rattled around the floor, and recollecting his shot and taking it was Lemeku. He's unable to get it, and a long-range pass from Kramer to Beardsley. Beardsley unable to lay it home, just a little too much under the rim, but Ty May on the second effort was there to save it and give it back to Beardsley, who was fouled on the play. He'll go to the line and shoot a couple of free throws. His first free throws tonight. Knocks it home with a swish. Warriors encroaching on 50 points. 3 minutes left. And have played much more conservatively as far as the foul game goes. Just one foul to this second half. Beardsley nails it. 49-16. 3 minutes left to go in the third, and the Warriors are soaring. Kramer guarding LeMahieu. LeMahieu gives it off to Vasquez, who gives it to the big boy Bass at the top of the key. He gives it back over to LeMahieu. LeMahieu from the free throw line rattles one off the back of the rim and off the back of the backboard. Time with the rebound, swings it up to Beardsley. Behind the back pass, just nearly caught by Chad Russell. And a smile on the face of Beardsley, trying to work some trickery in this second half. But the Warriors turn it over off the excessive play, and Blake Ecker doesn't typically like that, so Brody Bushnell will likely be coming in to attend to Beardsley. LeMahieu on the far side corner. He gives it into Bennett. Bennett fouled as he tried to shoot. As it was on the ground, it could have been called as a pass attempt. It's fouled. That foul coming on Caden Meir. Brody Bushnell coming in for Cole Beardsley as expected. With the behind back pass, probably hindering his playing time due to the culture of Philomath being trying to keep that humble environment, beat you with my play, and not trying to be so show-like. A missed shot by Bennett, rebounded by Kramer, who takes it coast to coast, but is blocked at the rim by LeMahieu at the other end. He'll try and do the same, taking it the other way, giving it up to Bennett. Baseline jumper shot. It's no good. Off the rim, and Time on the other way. He'll try and get up there to slam it down. But once again, like Russell tried to slam it down, he just has the ball at the rim, and it just rolls in. The Warriors a little tired, worn down tonight, and certainly May, who's already put up 20, now 22 points with that dunk attempt. Vasquez at the left elbow gives it over to his teammate, Max Lober, who is absolutely denied by Ty May, who just swats it over into the crowd. May will now come out as his third quarter will end with Hudson Robb, the young sophomore, on this roster for the young freshman to be, in fact, actually coming in and trying to get some minutes tonight as the Warriors are now up 51-16 with this game very much out of hand. Chad Russell gets the steal, gives it up to Brody Bushnell. Bushnell gets it inside to Meir, who on the shot rattles it home off a tip up off the rim. It goes in. Just a minute left to play here in the first. And looking to recover from that denial is LeMahieu, who gets it to Bass at the top of the key. He gets it back to LeMahieu, who circles around the arc, gets it to Vasquez, who drives and is fouled by Meir on the shot. And that'll be Meir's second personal foul. The Warriors' second team foul, or third team foul, rather. The foul coming on the ground, so the Redhawks will take it out of bounds. Bennett set to inbound. He gets it into Bass, trying to work his post moves on Russell. He gets it to the corner to Bennett, who gets it back up to LeMahieu, resetting the offense at the top of the key, working on the defender in Kramer, who's done a nice job of shutting down all point guard play tonight, and he appears to maybe be the defender that Coach Blake Ecker wants to put on their best guy, or the point guard, rather. Try and put pressure on them. Kramer with the ball on the other end. He gets it to Brody Bushnell on the far side. Bushnell driving, trying to pass to Russell, collects in the corner after having it tipped away. He gets it inside to Meir, who spins at the baseline, gets it outside to Kramer, who drives. Float game is no good. Swatted away at the rim by Bass. Russell with the ball, gets it to Meir at the near side. Meir will drive. He'll be stopped in his tracks and get it to Robb. Robb will get it to the corner. Bushnell for three. Nails it. And that'll end the third quarter. Brody Bushnell gets his first points of the game tonight. A member of this team, a senior, has come on well. Was pretty much at the end of the bench last season for the Warriors, but has got some significant minutes tonight, and certainly with the score playing a role in that. 56-16 as we end the third quarter. The Warriors up by 40 points now. It's been quite the showing and a dominant one for the Warriors, who have not given up a single point in the third quarter. Quite the showing defensively and offensively. They have put together quite the performance as well, putting up nearly 20 points in that third quarter frame. 19 points there. Ty May leading the charge once again. He has 22 points on the night. And just a well-rounded performance in the defense. Speaks more about this Warriors team than the offense. And that's what they take pride in. Defense wins championships, as it is known, the saying. And the Warriors are trying to live and die by their defense. And if the other team can't score, not much they can do. Warriors will stick with their same lineup. Rob, Bushnell, Kramer out of the game now, with Jacob Peters checking back in, with Beardsley and Mir also rounding out the lineup. Beardsley on the far side. He comes off the screen of Peters. He hands it back over to Mir. Mir recollecting the ball. Gets it to Bushnell over at the far side. And the young freshman, Hudson Robb, making a rookie mistake, and 3 in the key. And thus it'll be a turnover for the Warriors. The Redhawks will take it up the other way with Gilliam back in the game, the starting lineup, and his whole crew, except Alvarado, who is in the game standing in the corner. Younger on the drive, gets it back inside to Sim. Sim, spin move, and traveling as he was stepping into the lane. He'll turn it over, so turnover for each side. Turnovers haven't been so heavy. It's just mainly been the Warriors forcing good defense, and self-forced errors hasn't been too much of the problem for the Redhawks. It's mainly just been the Warriors' good defensive play, and bad looks, and good shots being denied. Gilliam taking it the other way after the steal. He gets it to Younger on the baseline. Younger swings it out to Alvarado. Alvarado off the screen is still guarded by Rob, playing some good defense. He throws the ball into the corner. It's recollected by Younger, who swings it back up top to Gilliam, who's now guarded by Mir off the switch. Mir guarding Gilliam. Younger with the ball on the edge. Gets it inside to Alvarado, who goes up strong, but is fouled. He'll go to the line and shoot a couple of free throws. A running clock with the Warriors being up by 40 as the clock ticks down to 6 minutes. 56-16 the score. Each team playing a much cleaner half than the last half, where it was 10 fouls for the Redhawks and 8 fouls for the Warriors. Each team with just 14 fouls in the second half. And after not scoring in the third quarter at all, the Redhawks get their first points of the second half from Alvarado on that free throw. They'll look to make it 2. He doesn't get it to go. It rattles off the front of the rim, and it'll be recollected by Brody Bushnell on the roller off the rim. At midcourt, he gets it to Mir, gets it to Beardsley in the corner for 3, and drops that one in. His second triple of the night. Cole Beardsley with a nice shot. Gilliam swings it up the court, trying to make a fancy look pass. It didn't work out for him, though, as Caden Mir takes it the other way and is fouled on his breakaway. Owen Heiken into the game. He'll check in for Jacob Peters, whose night will likely be done. A well contributor to the team tonight, as he has been all of last season and the early this season. The crowd for South Albany dwindling as the student section is looking to go home. Beardsley puts up another 3. It rattles off the right side of the rim. Brody Bushnell collects the rebound, and it's kicked out of bounds as Bushnell was trying to make the attempt. Alvarado kicking it off his foot. Beardsley ends rounds to Rob, gets it over. They're swinging it around the court. Their little L play that they run. And Beardsley swings it over to Mir, mid-range shot, rattles off the backside of the rim. Collecting the rebound is Bushnell, who's doing some work down low, and gets it outside to Beardsley with another triple, this time from the R of the Redhawks logo. His third triple of the night, racking them up. And him and May, that dynamic duo, has been scoring powerhouse for the Warriors all season long, and looks like some young new players to this varsity lineup are going to get some experience as Mir and Beardsley's night will end. Both great showings from the guards. Mir especially getting some good minutes and showing out on the defensive end. And the two young new members to this varsity lineup, the sophomores, Mason Stearns and Cash Lindsay into the game. Cash Lindsay playing his defense with his mullet haircut that he rocks. Rocking number 25 as well. The scramble up the court, the Warriors lose the ball on the breakaway from the steal. Vasquez dishing it over to Sims. The starting lineup still in for the Redhawks. Gilliam guarded by Lindsay, playing some good defense. Vasquez gets it to Alvarado. It's Lindsay, dive to the floor, makes the save, gets it to freshman Hudson Robb, who gets it back to Bushnell to reset the offense. And Blake Ecker will scout these young fellas to see how they run this offense well. Cash Lindsay thought about a three, didn't decide to take it. Brody Bushnell on the far side gets it to Mason Stearns at the top. He shoots the three and makes it home. Signals the three below his waist. A triple for Mason Stearns, making a name for himself on this varsity lineup. You get some points in this game, got to feel good. Owen Hike can foul Sims on the shot on the other end. He'll go to the line and shoot a couple. It'll be interesting to see how Lindsay and Stearns evolve in their role on this roster. Stearns, a studly football player who had a very good impact on the Warriors' season this year, while not being the ultimate outcome that the Warriors wanted on the gridiron. Stearns certainly played a critical role in their success that they found, especially on the defensive end and offensive end, playing a hybrid role from wide receiver to running back. Played multiple skills in that regard. But now on the hardwood with the triple. Look at him go. Sims missed the second free throw. Scrambling to the floor is Hudson Robb, who tried to come up with the rebound. He's unable to collect it as he tips his hands out of bounds. The ball will be in the possession of the Redhawks. Checking into the game is Lemeku, as well as Max Williams and the rest of the backup lineup. Bass also in. Williams guarded by Stearns. Stearns trying to avoid the elbows from Williams. And Stearns is dropped to the ground with Williams driving heavily. And some officiating discussion on the foul and whether it was a flop or not by Stearns. And it is an offensive foul. Max Williams on the foul. And a foul will be called, a technical foul will be called on Stearns, either for some words that were said or some actions that were done, but a technical foul nonetheless on Mason Stearns. Got a little too pumped after that triple that he knocked down. Still learning, still a sophomore, trying to find his feel in the varsity stage. Alvarado knocking down the first free throw. Stearns in discussion with head coach Blake Eckert, trying to teach him the way of the Warrior way to say. He doesn't necessarily know what he did wrong as he is communicating, but I'm sure Ecker's getting him right and explaining it. Stearns gets a nod, heads back to the floor. Alvarado knocked down the second free throw. 20-65, the Warriors up big by 45 points. 1:22 left to go. Alvarado will check out and Gilliam will return, and he will inbound it to Lemeku. Lemeku guarded by Lindsay, looking to try and create some action himself. Another sophomore on this roster. In fact, it is all underclassmen except Bushnell. and Owen Heiken, who's a junior as well. But two sophomores and Lindsay and Stearns and Rob, the freshman, getting some action as well. The only freshman on the varsity roster. Bushnell taking it up the court, the senior, looking to make an impact. Chose a new sport this fall, rocking with soccer. Tried to help them out, but soccer unfortunately came up short of their state championship goals this year, losing in the first round. LeMahieu on the steal away. Lindsay on the other end trying to block it. He fouls LeMahieu, who drops it home. And Lindsay shakes his head, not too happy with the outcome. The clock will run down, though, and with the Warriors being up by so many points, it'll run dead as the free throws from LeMahieu will happen, but they'll stop the clock for him to shoot the free throws. 1-1. The and one, rather. He knocks it in, 23-65. The Warriors will likely just run it out from here, kill the clock, and Brody Bushnell will take it right by Coach Blake Ecker as the Warriors dribble out their second victory of the season. The dominance of the Warriors, shooting, defense, driving in the lane. They had it all tonight. Ty May, Cole Beardsley, the senior leaders of this team, continuing to dominate, scoring, and defensive role players have been made. Preston Kramer taking on the role at the top of the key. Chad Russell continuing to create havoc down low. And a lot of great pieces, a lot of depth throughout this lineup. Caden Muir starting to create a name for himself as well. It's a really good, well-depth Warrior team, and I look forward to seeing how they progress the rest of this winter, but off to a great start, 2-0. A dominant 65-23 victory here tonight, building off of that big win over number 1 Junction City. But the Warriors will face their biggest test of the young season thus far against now the number 1 ranked Gladstone Gladiators. They'll face them at the Mayor's Tournament this Friday at 7 p.m. And so that'll be a great test for the Warriors. The Redhawks will welcome another team from the Valley, more in their 5A division, actually in their league in Crescent Valley to kick off their league play. The Warriors, the best team in their league outside of Cascade, who is rocking right now at number 3, Warriors at number 7. That's going to do it here from South Albany High School tonight. Thank you all for tuning in. 65-23, the Warriors roll again. This is Blake Neiman signing off. Have a great rest of your night, and God bless you all.